In this video, we'll be showing you how to save a file correctly out of Adobe InDesign. It's a good idea before you begin your design to download our templates available on our website. To do this, you would go to Online Resources, Layout Templates. Once this page loads, for this example, we'll be downloading a 3.5 by 2 business card. To begin downloading the template, you would click on the Adobe InDesign icon. Once it downloads, you'll have two files that appear. One is a horizontal orientation, one is a vertical. For this example, we'll be using the horizontal orientation. Okay. So this is what our template looks like. I'll go ahead and explain this really quickly. The yellow line, the yellow line is the type safety. You should not have any type extending beyond this line. The pink line is the crop area. This is where your business cards will be trimmed. The blue line indicates the bleed area, and this is where, if you'd like to have images right to the edge of your business card, this is where the background images and any other images that you would like to have right to the edge of the card should extend to. It's a good idea when doing your design to design having this layer part of your design as something you can turn off and on, just to make sure that your design is following our specs. So here's a business card that has been designed. It's our company business card. Just to make sure that we are within specifications here, we'll go ahead and paste this template on top of this. So let's click Edit Paste. All right. As you can see, if I turn this off and on, the background is extending to the blue line, which tells us that this will be a bleeding image, the blue background. The pink line indicates where the trim will be. There's nothing on that trim line, which is great. The yellow line is the type safety, and we don't have any type outside of this yellow line, which is good as well. So there's a few things you want to do before exporting a file out of InDesign. The first thing you want to do is make sure all your colors are in CMYK. To do this, you would click on the Swatches tab, and as you can see, I'll zoom in right now to show you, these colors are fine. These colors with a circle within the square, these are spot colors, so these will pose a problem. We prefer you convert all your colors to CMYK. So what you would do is you would select all of these. You would click this icon here, and you would then click, let me move this over so you can see it a little better. You would then click Swatch Options. This would then load up. You would then select Process. And what that's going to do is convert all the Pantone colors, all the PMS colors, to Process. And once I do that, let's put this back over here, you'll see all those circles have disappeared. So now all the colors used in this business card, all the swatches are in Process. The next thing you want to check for is if any of your images that you've included here are RGB. The best way to do that is to run a pre-flight report. You would go under File, and once you go under File, you can click Package, and before you go to Package, it would automatically run the pre-flight report. Alright, so it's ran the report. Any problems, you'd see a hazard sign. If we zoom in here, you can see images, 0 use RGB color space, so that's great. It's a good thing as well to pay attention to the fonts to make sure you don't have any missing fonts. So when we export the PDF format out of InDesign, there are no font errors. Okay, so everything seems fine because we don't have the yellow hazard sign. So now we're going to go ahead and export a PDF extension, a PDF format out of InDesign. That's the preferred format that we like to get out of InDesign. It's the most versatile as it allows you to have both bitmap and vector elements both intact. So to export a PDF out of InDesign, very straightforward. You'd click File, Export, find a place to save a file. We'll call this Boss Logo InDesign, this file. Under Format, you want to make sure you have Adobe PDF selected. Click Save. Now, under the options, it's good to start off by selecting press quality. You want to make sure you get to view your PDF after exporting, so if that's not selected, select it. By selecting press quality, this automatically sets all your compression settings for all your different image formats, your color, your black and white, and your monochrome images. So leave this tab, don't select anything here. Under marks and bleeds, you want to select crop marks, and you want to select 0.125 inch of a bleed, so 1/8 of an inch of a bleed. And I'll explain to you what these two options do. What the crop mark option does is wherever your document size is, which is indicated by this black box, it would actually add 8 crop lines, which show us where you'd like to have the business card trimmed. By selecting 1/8 of an inch as the bleed, what that does is from where the document size is, it extends out 1/8 of an inch each way, adding the bleed. Now, some systems may be in points. The setting in points and conversion is 9 points. Under Output, you want to set this to no color conversion. And the other tabs, the Advanced, Security, and Summary, you want to leave those at the default settings. It's a good idea to save this preset. So next time when you want to export a file out of InDesign, you can just click Save. You can just select it from the pull down. So let's click Save Preset. Let's call this Boss Logo InDesign. Click OK. As you can see, this is now saved as a preset. So next time if you were to save out of InDesign, you would go ahead and just select Boss Logo InDesign or whatever you've called it. Okay, let's click Export now to export this file out. This should automatically launch Adobe Acrobat with the PDF file intact. All right, let's wait for this to export. Okay, so here's the file that has been exported out of InDesign. As you can see, automatically the bleed has been added, the crop marks have been added. So that's something that you don't have to do manually as you did before in previous versions. If I zoom in right now, just to zoom into the vector and bitmap elements, you can see the vector type is perfectly intact, and the background image is obviously intact as well. Another good thing I like to do when saving PDFs is just to make sure the fonts, they're all embedded, there weren't any problems with the font embedding. To do this, you would go to File, Properties, you would go to the Fonts tab, and under the Fonts tab you can see there's a file, Microgamma, that we've used. It is embedded. You want to make sure that all the fonts come up as embedded. If you had a font here and it did not say that it was not embedded, when we'd receive the PDF, there could potentially be problems if that font was not available on our system. Well, thank you for watching our video. Please make sure to visit www.5000cards.com, where we'll have other training videos showing you how to save a file correctly out of Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and Quark Express. Thank you.